what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a look, and I know it says 3 and the other one says 2, but we're going to start with this one anyway. Because this is more of the type of questions you would see on like testing that happens typically in the spring. And so what we're going to do is, actually these problems are every bit as short as a lot of the things we were doing yesterday, except there's just a lot more wordiness to them now. So let's see what we got here. All right, so Nate buys 3 pencils for $1.50. Those are kind of pricey. An eraser for $1.25. That's real pricey. A ruler for 75 cents and a notebook for $3. Each item is on sale for 50% off. Nate must pay tax of 8%. How much does he pay for school supplies? Show all work below. Well, shoot, I didn't give you much room to show work, did I? Okay, so here's the first thing we've got to do. We don't even know how much Nate spent on all this stuff to begin with. So it's kind of important for us to figure out how much he was spending before this discount takes place. We do. We've got to add it all up. So let's see here. We've got $1.50, $1.25, 75 cents. I probably could have done this in my head, but and a notebook for $3. Okay. So it looks like it was $3.50, but if something's 50% off, another way to say it's half off. So if it was $6.50 to begin with, and it's half off, how much does that mean we're going to end up spending on it? Close. Yes. Okay. So dividing by 2 means it would be $3.25. That takes care of our 50% off. But now comes the part that we got into a little more of yesterday. Got to pay sales tax. Sales tax is 8%. How do I turn the 8% into a decimal I can actually use?
You switch it to the...
Yeah, okay. I'm going to move the decimal point a couple of places to the left, or I can let the calculator help me by just dividing by 100. So that 8% is what I'm going to multiply that 325 by. So let's see here. Okay. So that means the tax is going to be 26 cents. So now to finish it, so I guess we did have enough room. I take my cost, $3.25, plus my tax, 26 cents. And let's see here, 26 and 25 is 51. Looks like Nate spent $3.51 on all of his stuff. Yeah, I was going to say. So again, on this, it's not that there's a ton of work. I mean, here we did divide, we multiplied, we added them up. Okay, no big deal. The thing is being able to figure out what I have to do and when. But the idea is going to keep going with how these work. Now this kind of goes along with what I was talking about yesterday with getting a double discount, and it's not quite as easy as we may think it is. So like here, okay, Molly wants to buy a skirt. The original price was $29. Okay. The skirt's on sale for 30% off. Oops. When she goes to pay for it, the cashier tells her she can have an additional 25% discount off the sale price. Okay. How much would she pay for it? Now, here's one thing I'll tell you. It's not saying it's 30% plus 25% equals 55% off. That's the story I was talking about yesterday where it was 70% off on the rack and I had a 30% off coupon and the cashier thought it was 100% off, just handed it to me. That's not how this works. They're two separate things that are going on. So first, I'm going to do the 30% off. And then after that, I'm going to do the 25. So it's two steps, but not two long ones. So my first one, okay, the original price is $29. It's 30% off. Now normally when they're whole numbers like that, it's pretty easy to do the percentage. It's just move it back over to the left, so it'd be 0.30. But again, if you're not sure, and anything you do after a while, if you start doing it consistently, kind of becomes a habit. You're like, okay, 0.3 or 0.30. So I'm going to do 29 times 0.3. Okay, so my discount would be $8.70. So all I got to do now to figure out what that would be is take it away from the 29. Okay, so this isn't like the big equation stuff we've been doing. Basically, it's just basic math operations that we do to kind of work our way through. Now, originally, if the cashier wouldn't have come up with something for Molly, that would have been the price she paid. But the cashier's trying to help her out and says she can have another 25% off. So what I do with this is basically I'm going to do those same couple of first steps again, except this is my new price to work with. So I guess I'll call this 3 and 4. So now I take the new price and I work this again, except now instead of multiplying by 0.30, it's going to be by 0.25 because this is a little bit different of a discount. It's not 30% again, but it's still nice. Oh, here's one of these dilemmas. All right. Now again, we don't talk, hi, that'll be $5 and 7.5 cents off. We don't do that. So $5, we only want to go to 2 decimal places. So is this going to be 8 because that 5 makes it round up? So that's my second discount. This is great. Money just falling off the price of this thing like crazy.
Cool.
It is. 20/30, subtract my discount. So let's see here, $20.30. I mean, that's great. It just means we've got more money in our pocket to spend on other stuff. $15.22. So you'll notice it's not quite half off. So when I do them separately, it isn't quite as good as if they give them to me all at once, but that's still pretty good. But again, that's how this works. And I guess I sort of thought ahead a little bit because I'm looking at the next question and going, oops, I already said this. In determining the sale price for the skirt, is there a difference between taking off each discount separately or adding them together? Well, yeah, there is. Because the right way that we did above, I guess we'll call this the correct way, we got $15.22. If we did it the wrong way, if we added them up and called it 55% off, because that's what 30 plus 25 is, let's see how much of a difference that have made if the cashier did this wrong, how much they'd have cost the store here. So we'd have taken the original price times the 0.55. So let's see if that had been better for them or better for us. I think it's going to be better for us. So $15.95 would have been my discount if I did it the wrong way. So 29 minus that discount. Now, I'm not telling you you should do this in a store, but I've seen this done before. I've seen people go up to the cashier and they just are adamant that, no, it's add the two together, it's 55. And sometimes the cashiers will do it. It's kind of scary. But notice that doing it the wrong way, it costs the store an extra, almost 2 1/4. You're like, so what, 2 1/4? But if you sell a lot of stuff, that can be quite a bit of money. So we've got to do them separately if they're given 2 different discounts. We can't do them all at once on that. Okay. So you're like, okay, I sort of see what you're doing here. This is a lot like yesterday, but at the same time, we're having to deal with a little more wordiness. So we got this though. Oh, I know, figuring out all this stuff. I'm making you money experts. All right. Before you go to work, yeah, before you even go to work. So you're not the one that ends up getting fired for doing something silly with this stuff. You won't get fired? All right. Sammy buys his clothes at super discounts. It sounds like a place I'd shop at. On Saturday, he bought shoes regularly priced at $40 for 25% off and a jacket regularly priced at $100 for 30% off. For the sales tax, what was the total price of the items? Okay. Well, it looks like we got 2 separate things going here. So let's see. We got the shoes, got the jacket. All right. So the shoes, all right, normally $40. What am I going to multiply by since they're 25% off? Do I do times 25? That'd be a lot of tax. 0.25, okay? So if I do 40 times 0.25, I'll even help out here. That's going to be $10 is going to be what my discount is. You're like, well, that's pretty straightforward. But notice it's those same two steps I'm doing. The price times the discount gets me the discount, and then I just subtract it from the price. Nope. It's the same type of stuff. I want to really reinforce just the steps, so when you do come to doing this on a quiz or something like that, you're like, oh, I know the steps. It's this and then this. It's multiply by the decimal, then subtract it. If it's a discount, if it's tax, we just add it. The jacket, it's the same idea. So, okay, when it's a discount, we're always subtracting. So we're going to, yep, $100 for this jacket. It's 30% off, so I know that's 0.30 right now. Anytime it's two numbers, I can always make it just point that number. So my discount's going to be $30. Then I go, okay, so if it was $100 and it's $30 off, and it's just a coincidence that it's 30% and $30, just because it happens to be 100. Okay, means it's going to be $70. So what's the total price of the things he bought? 30 plus 70. Okay, it's $100 before he starts, and originally it was $140, so not bad. Saved $40 here. But then they asked me a different question. They go, what percent discount did he get on his total purchases? Now this one's a little bit easier. There's not as much work involved. Because what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, his total purchases would be $100 plus the 40. So the original prices is $140. So how much did Sammy end up paying? He paid $100. So what I paid, well, or should I do it? No, let's do this. What Sammy saved over the total is going to tell us how much he saved as a percent on his purchases. So we said before, Sammy saved $10 and 30, so he saved 40. And the total originally for what he had spent was 140. So let's see. 40 divided by 140. Oh dear. So when I'm doing my percentages, we can go to the nearest whole percent here. 29. So it wasn't quite the 30% he got in the jacket, but it wasn't as bad as the 25% off on the other one. So however much I saved, once I figure out my discounts, I can just divide that by how much I'd spent. I can figure out how much I saved. I guess I could have put that in the answer slot, but that's okay. So we're kind of starting to see, okay, how all this stuff kind of comes together. So you can do a little bit of math upstairs before we get to some of the others. All right. Oh, there's a part C to this one. I did not know. Including 6% tax, how much will Sammy pay? Okay. So back here, we've gotten down to $100. Well, this is going to be simple. Now what's 6% as the sales tax look like with a decimal? This one's a little trickier. What's that? 0.06. Nicely done. Because if I just put 0.6, that'd be 60%. We definitely don't want to pay 60% tax. It'd be kind of ridiculous. So we'll get this back up. And you're starting to see a lot of the same things keep happening. So it's not a whole lot of things I have to keep track of. How much did he spend plus the tax gets me my total for what Sammy spent.
What?
Yeah, I think I was recycled that.
Oh. I didn't even see that.
All right, now here's what I'm going to do. Yes, I can do this. All right. We are going to finish off this next problem, and then I'm going to put you on the hook for the last two. So here's what we're going to do. All right. Marion got herself a dress and a pair of shoes at the home store. There's the name for the store. Before adding sales tax, she paid $48 for a dress that normally sells for $62, and she paid $34 for a pair of shoes that normally sell for $46. Before the sales tax, how much did Marion save on her purchases by buying at the sale price? Okay, so let's see. We had a dress, and we had some shoes. What was the original price of the dress?
More than she paid.
That's true, but how much was it? 62. But she only paid 48.
What was the answer for part B?
We can look in a bit. Oh, well, thank you. The shoes, it's the same thing. Originally they were 46. Now they're only 34. So she saved 12 bucks on the shoes. And a lot of stores will even put that on your register receipts now. You saved whatever ridiculous amount it is. I know, and those are so ridiculous. Never paid what they'd wanted originally for them anyway. So, how much did she save before the sale? Before buying purchase by buying the sale price? Add those up. Looks like she saved 26 bucks. That's not bad. So to the nearest percent, what percent discount did she get on her total purchase? This goes along, bless you, what we did in the last section. Whatever it is she saved divided by the total. So she saved 26. Oops, wrong one. Ignore that underline. So normally, this would have cost her 62 plus 46. Oh. So total, she would have spent 62 and 46. So she would have spent 108. We're going to get him on the World Wide Web saying stuff like that. Okay. So, we're going to divide those out. And again, remember, whatever you have here to turn it into your percentage. So it looks like we saved about 24%. That's not bad. 24% is not bad at all. 100% would be better, and we're not talking about the 5-finger discount. So, 24%.
I didn't get it.
Huh? 5-finger discount would be another way of saying you just took it. That'd be 100% discount. But yeah, we do not support the 5-finger discount.
5-finger discount yesterday.
Oh dear.
I would. Yeah.
So now, okay. Shh. So the last one here, including sales tax, what will she pay? Okay. So again, now, shh. So if we come back, she paid these two price. Oh, there it went. That's the actual price she paid for each. So if Marion paid 48 and 34, which would be $82, that'd be the sale price for her items. But of course she has to pay tax. So, 6.5% is a decimal. Let's see here. Might need some help on this one. 6.5%.
Are you kidding? I just wrote all this at the wrong area.
Oh dear. So times 0.065. So let's see.
I'm bleeding.
All right. So $5.33 tax.
Yeah, I did myself. Try to bring it.
So we're just gonna add them up.
How come blood tastes like pain?
Stop. Why? Just ask him.
Why does blood taste like
Now,
pain?
your job is going to be to do the last two problems in here.
You never try to eat pain
Okay, so to finish this off. Now, the rest of the packet. Yeah. Oh dear.
That's way more than 2.
How many is it?
That's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
3? Okay. No, it's not 4 or 5. No.
Yes, it is. Look.
No.
That one, that page.
There's not.
No. Just because there's that many blanks does not mean there's that many questions. You good?
Oh,
Okay.
there's 5.
There's 2.
There's 2. There might be 3 if you
Oh, there's
wiggle
2.
your way around.
There's different.
There's
parts.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the other one, after dealing with all that, is going to be like Easy Street. Because, and the nice thing is, in case you'd left your note sheet or your example sheet somewhere, there's even one exampled up at the top saying, oh yeah, decimal times that, and then just subtract to figure this out. Because this sheet, if you notice, as you kind of flip back and forth, it just talks about figuring out the sales tax, what's the final cost with the tax or the discount. So we're going to jump in. We're going to do some of these together. Am I going to negotiate this one? I think I will. All right, here's what I'll negotiate. Let's do this. The evens are going to be the homework. The odds are going to be extra credit. So I will do one of each of them with you. One of each. So let's see. What can we do where I can get you the most bang for your buck with the couple that we're going to do here?
Wait, what page is it? Oh.
Yeah. So number 6 seems like one that can kind of get you good here. And yeah, the other one. It's true. Huh? But you know why I cut things back and give you as much time in class? See, some of you are good about using your time wisely, and some of you aren't.
Why? I have to be a visual learner. So like, if I go home and do homework, I don't get it. I lose it all.
Okay.
And I can't sit there and watch a video either.
And I'll actually, well, because then you're not as much of a visual learner as you're thinking you are.
No, I have to
Because-
be able to like see someone and do it.
Yes.
But I can't like, I'll just sit there and
That's more of a focus issue. That's not a learning style issue.
No, seriously, I'm a visual learner. You can
Yes, and ADHD.
I know, but again, if it's visual, visual means if you see it done, it clicks. If there's a difference between, because what you're seeing right now and what you would see on the video are the exact same things, because I'm recording the exact same thing.
Oh, so you're recording
So,
right now?
yeah,
so you're on the video.
I've been recording this entire time.
Cool.
I know.
You gotta go because it's in the back.
So, yeah, I know. You gotta be cautious on what y'all say.
That's a video.
So, for real, I tape what we do in here. We're like, yeah, we're gonna be. This is live, like within an hour. This will be live on the internet. So, yeah, you are. So,
Bracelet.
okay. So let's take care of one of the odds and one of the evens here. So, all right. In a department store, a $40 dress is marked. Shh, shh, shh. Save 25%. What's the discount? Okay. $40. Turn my 25% into its decimal. Shh, like we have been. I'll even help out on this one. If I typed in the 40 times 0.25 in my calculator, that's going to give me the discount. In this case, it's $10. But that's not the only question it asks me. It also asks me what's the sale price of the dress. So what's my last step to figure that out?
Plus.
Close. If it's discounted, we're going to take the $40 that it was originally and subtract the discount. And that's what the sale price would be, $30. So sometimes they may ask you for 2 things. Sometimes you may only be asked for 1. You may only be asked for the discount. You may be asked for the sale price. Or the one other one that we're going to do together. Let me flip over. Okay. Number 6. If the price of a new car is $29,990. Whew, I don't have that kind of cash.
Neither do I.
If the sales tax is 6.5%, how much sales tax is being charged? Okay. This one I cannot do in my head. And again, with the Percentages. If you're not sure on how to get them into the decimal, just divide that number by 100, because that will tell you how to get it into the form that it needs to be. So 0.065, this is one nice ride I think we're figuring out tax for here. That's not even before we take out a loan.
How'd you get all the way to numbers?
Because I picked out two specifically that I thought would take the most work so we could work them together. Check out that amount of sales tax. Whew. Almost $2,000 just in tax. So what's the total cost of the car including the tax? Well, $29,900. And this time it's not a discount, it's tax. Tax I got to add on, unfortunately, because it's more than I have to pay. Make sure I type this in right. Whew. I don't want to think about what that car payment would be. All right. Now, here's the last thing I'll say with this. When you're doing these, and again, it'll come back no matter what your learning style is, one of the things I've found in study stuff I've done myself, because I actually did my master's program on studying and test anxiety and all that, if you reinforce anything that you learn, you actually have almost a 60% chance better of it clicking in your head. And what that means to you is, if you sit right now, and I'm not saying do every single thing right now, but even if you sat and did 3 or 4 problems right now on this, the odds of it going into your brain and you remembering next time how to do it go up, like I said, by about 60%. Now, if you just sit now and socialize for the next 15 minutes, the odds of that all going away greatly increase. You'll be down to about 10% of it actually clicking. So, I'm just saying, 50% better chance, 60 minus 10. You do a couple of these right now. Just saying.